guys, it's Laura. Thank you so much for watching and welcome back to my channel. So today it's gonna be a tutorial for this long sleeve shirt in this maritime look. I absolutely love this style. It always makes me think of summer and sunshine and seaside. And I actually made this shirt because I'm going to Croatia in a few days with my dad. And I even had enough fabric so that I could make myself a cute dress. So I'm gonna get up so that you can see the dress. That is the exactly same pattern that I have used for my Sugar Skulls dress with coat shoulders. So I will link it down below the video. And yeah, as you can see, I didn't do any sleeves this time, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. It has the belly pocket, and this time I added the string here on the top because I thought it was cute, and I also added my signature crest in red. And today I will show you how I made this shirt, how I adjusted the pattern so that I would have the top in blue and all the other details. So if that's something you're interested in, then please keep watching. Here we have the sketch of my shirt. I have used a pattern for a long sleeve shirt for this maritime shirt. This is a shirt pattern that I had for so many years. It's a pattern that has a few sleeve variations. So I have a pattern for short sleeves, for 3/4 sleeves, and then for long sleeves. And I've been using this same pattern for already so many projects. So I will link a few down below. For example, this pattern was the basis for my onesie, for my ballet leotard, for my bodysuit, for my cold shoulder dress, etc, etc. Anyway, so if you don't have a pattern for a long sleeve shirt, you can either buy one or you can copy your favorite long sleeve shirt that fits you well, of which you know this is something you like wearing. You will end up with a pattern for the front part and with a pattern for the back part. Here we have obviously a pattern for the sleeves. Now you can clearly see I wanted to have the top made of a blue fabric. I also wanted to have the cuffs made of the same fabric and the bottom edging, and the rest was made of striped fabric. So I took the pattern for the front part and for the back part, and I decided how far I want to go with the blue fabric. Now usually on the front part you would have these markings here in the front. This is also these markings where you align the markings that are here in the front for the sleeves. So I went about an inch above these markings in the front, and then I put the front part, the pattern for the front part, on the pattern for the back part, and I made sure that the line was at the same place. And then I went to the shoulders and measured how long this is on the armhole. And then I measured here from the mark that marks the middle of the shoulders on the sleeve, and I measured the same distance here. Then I had this point here, and then I went to the pattern for the back part. So I measured again from the shoulder towards the end of the blue part on the pattern, and then I came with that point, and then I simply connected these dots, and I knew where to cut the pattern for the sleeves apart. Now when you cut the pattern apart, you will have to add a seam allowance. So now if that's the front part, like the top front part, that's going to be blue, you will have to add here on the bottom about 1/2 inch. And this is going to be the remaining piece for the front part, so you will have to add here also about 1/2 inch because when you sew the pieces together you will lose a little bit. So that would be the front and the back part and the sleeves. Now I wanted to have cuffs, so I have decided how wide the cuffs should be. So I cut here this checked part away, and this width was measurement C. Then I made a rectangle that this measurement was double C, and this width would be basically this width of the bottom of the sleeves. So I would fold the rectangle in the half, and then I would sew it to the bottom of the sleeves, which you will see in the video. And for the edging of the bottom, I measured the width of the front part and of the back part. I decided that I want to have a strip of fabric 4 centimeters wide, basically I did not really decide that. I didn't have enough fabric, to be honest. I would have liked the edging a little bit wider, but as I said, I didn't have enough fabric, so all that was left was 4 centimeters wide strip. I made sure that it was long D plus E, and then at the end I added on each side about 1/2 inch a seam allowance. You will see how I have sewn it on, and that's the basic idea behind this pattern. I should also add that I have used a white bias tape around the neckline, and then I made kind of a string of the white bias tape and I have sewn it on to the middle, and I also added at the end my signature crest on one side. So now let's have a look at how I made this shirt. Now here we have the sleeves. So as you can see, I aligned the top part with the bottom part, and the cuffs are folded in the middle. The fold is on the bottom. And here on the left side we have the back parts, and here on the right side we have the front parts. And I have here a strip of fabric that is 4 centimeters wide that I will use as the bottom edging. Now the fabric curls in, that's why it looks so thin and weird. But when I spread it out like this, you can see that it's wider. So this is 4 centimeters and it's long enough so that I can use it on the entire bottom edge. As a first step, I pinned the blue top piece to the back part, and I have sewn it on with stretchy overlock stitch. Once I was done, I did the same with the front parts and also with the sleeves. Now I will go a little bit faster through all steps, and I will also skip a few things and just explain it shortly, because the procedure of making this shirt is very similar to my previous tutorials for the onesie, for my bodysuit and ballet leotard. So in case you missed that videos and in case you need a little bit more detailed tutorial, I will link the videos down below. So here's what it looked like when I have sewn the pieces together. I have sewn them together with stretchy overlock stitch, and then I have folded the seam upwards and I have sewn through with stretchy zigzag. I have also already sewn together one shoulder, again with the stretchy overlock stitch. And I have sewn one side of the shirt together with stretchy overlock stitch as well. As a next step, I took a white jersey bias tape and I pinned it to the neckline. In case you can't buy anywhere a jersey bias tape, either you make your own or you simply take a strip of fabric, fold it in the middle, and you will make the same edging I have done on my onesie or on my bodysuits. And as I have mentioned, the videos are linked down below if you need more details. So here is what it looked like when the bias tape was pinned in place. I have sewn it on with regular straight stitch. Here we have one of the sleeves so that you can see how the pieces were sewn together. I pinned the sides of the sleeves together and then I have sewn them through with stretchy overlock stitch, and as usual I cut back any excess fabric once that was done. I have also sewn the sides of the cuffs together and I folded them in the middle so that the right side would be facing up. I took the sleeves once they were sewn together and then I turned them to the right side. I pulled the cuffs over the right side, I pinned them together with the bottom of the sleeves, and I have sewn the cuffs on with stretchy overlock stitch. Now here is what the neckline looked like. I have also sewn on one of the sleeves so that you can see it. You can clearly see that I will have to adjust the pattern in the front so that the top parts would meet, but that's alright, it will do, but I will adjust it for the future. I have ironed on the front my signature crest and I have sewn it through just to be sure that it wouldn't come off. While the shirt was still sewn together only on one side, I took the edging for the bottom, I folded it in the middle so that the right side would be facing up, and I pinned it to the bottom of the shirt. I have sewn it on with stretchy overlock stitch, and then I have folded the seam upwards and I have sewn through with stretchy zigzag, and here's what it looked like. I finished up the other side just like I did with my onesie, my bodysuit and my ballet leotard. The videos are, as I said, linked down below. And once the other side was done, I have folded the seam to one side and I have sewn through the edging with regular straight stitch. I marked the middle of the neckline and I took a piece of the white jersey bias tape. I have sewn it through with regular straight stitch and then I folded it somewhere around the middle. I made a knot and I pinned it to the middle of the neckline. I made knots on the end of each side. And then I have stitched the bias tape string to the neckline. I made sure that one end of the string was a little bit shorter because I personally like the asymmetric look. And then my shirt was done. Now the only thing I'm still not 100% sure about is the length of the shirt. Now I made it very long and I usually love my shirts very long. I like it when they cover my butt because I enjoy wearing leggings and skinny jeans. But I think with this shirt it might be a little bit too long. I might want to shorten the shirt by like 1.5 inches or maybe 2 inches. I don't know yet, but it would mean I would have to open all these stitches on the bottom because I don't have any of the blue fabric left. Or I would have to buy at least a strip of the fabric. I don't know. So whatever I decide, I will post it on my Instagram account, Montberg TV, which is also linked down below. So if you are already looking for some Halloween ideas, I link down below also my Halloween playlist and several other things that might be interesting for you. And that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If that was the case, don't forget to give the video a thumb up because that really helps my channel. You can also subscribe to my channel if you didn't yet. And as I said, there's a lot of stuff listed and linked down below. And thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much and I'm looking forward to seeing you with my next project. Bye!